Hello, I am Rhivan, and my friend convinced me to play Doki Doki Literature Club. Now, I've kept myself mostly spoiler-free on terms of things, like I know a few in-jokes and all, but I recorded this mostly so my friend can actually see me play Doki Doki, because I'm sure he's going to get a sick, perverted pleasure in watching me play this. So, let's go! Please enter your name. I'll go with the D&D character's name. I'm Theron. Yeah, let's go with this one. Because I've heard I should not use annoying. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from a distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attempt she might draw to herself. That girl's Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long? That. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Well, I'm a dick, aren't I? However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again, but I caught up to you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. And you said that like you were ignoring me. That's mean, Theron. Well, if people stare at you, that's me. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you didn't have it in you to be mean, even if you wanted to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Theron, have you decided to join a club yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. Specifically a literature club that this thing I'm doing. Yeah. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. I did. Did I? I'm not sure it's possible that I did. One of our many I'm sure it's possible that I did. And one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content in just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried about you, how you won't learn to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. I know you're happy now, but I died at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years just because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Fine. Fine. I'll look at the few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. You at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why did I let myself get lectured by a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. Is this just a normal dating sim? It has a psychological horror tag on there, but the school is as ordinary as ever. It's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Ah yes, the empty chalkboard. And all of this lovely text. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs, because I have nothing else to do. I could go to... never mind. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have just come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Oh, it's me. Ah. Maybe I should read what this says. That's my first dating sim. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, then you come to my club. Sayori,
Yeah?
there's no way I'm going to your club.
Meanie?
Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. So I don't like books. Got it. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club.
Come on, please.
Why do you care so much anyway?
Well, I kind of told the club yesterday that I would bring a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything.
Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning just to have planned all this out. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yes! Let's go!
Excuse my coughing. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly followed Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit because being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. And there's writing on the walls. This is such an improvement. Oh yeah, and you're there too.
Everyone, the new member is here.
I told you don't call me a new member. I'm going to screw this up the entire game. I glance around the room. I don't have this funny voice.
Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure to meet you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Says I, girl 1.
Fine, I guess I should have realized at the title screen that there would be at least 4 voices I have to do. Seriously? You brought a boy? Okay, I can't. Way to kill the atmosphere. Okay, you know who I am, girl 3. What's a good girl 3 voice?
Ah, Theron! What a nice surprise!
I'm just going to,
Welcome to the club! I'm just gonna be ending everything like this! Kill me!
All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, not complaining or anything.
What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it!
Sorry? Natsuki? The girl with a sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly in my ear, then turns back towards I don't even know whose voice is whose anymore. They all have one voice.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that.
Yuri, who appears to be comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you.
And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right?
That's right.
It's great to see you again, Baron.
Monica smiles sweetly.
We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year.
Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So, the romance option for the game. Got it. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica.
Come sit down, Theron. We made room for you at the table so you can sit with me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them.
Oh, I'm going to pleasure.
Sorry, I got a little too excited. How about I make some tea as well?
The girls have a few drinks arranged to form a table. As I already mentioned, it's been widened out so there's there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. It's so adorable, and lovely, and visually appealing that I can see. I just want to devour them all and, you know, destroy these works of art. That's what I'm supposed to say, right? Kawaii desu! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Except you, male. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full of "It's delicious," and has already managed to get icing on her face. I love the visual representation. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? To destroy the little kittens of cupcakes? Bleh. I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself, like she claimed. She's probably a lying bitch who has no talent cooking whatsoever. Her freaking Maul did it. Yeah, Maul. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. What? Why are you thanking me? It's not like I like you or anything, Baka. Haven't I heard this before somewhere? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for you, you know, dummy Baka. Oh my god, I'm having too much. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this class. You keep a whole tea set in this class. I need to read what the bloody name is. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. Just like in every anime ever, we can do whatever the hell we want. Teachers don't exist here. Just us. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Apparently I don't read and I'm uncultured swine. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not true. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean, you know, I believe you. Damn it! I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So what made you consider joining the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so she dragged me here against my will. That's okay, don't be embarrassed. You can be manhandled like a little bitch. Oh god, cursing. I probably isn't putting this on YouTube, I shouldn't curse anymore. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri nods in agreement. And I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival even that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow in this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Books. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Theron, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read about these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is really amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. I can actually agree with her, so. Best girl so far? She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in. But it's obvious by the way her eyes light up after she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. By the way, excuse me, I'm recovering from a cold, so. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? It's actually really entertaining. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. What kind of person am I? Oh right, protagonist film. I desperately grabbed something I can relate to at a minimal level. I should have named myself Protagonist Coon. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is really successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, I just am a little bitch. I can't curse on YouTube! Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! Give that back! Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is as cute as you are. Sayori settles up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders. I am not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess. Sometimes. A lot. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like that. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels, said Yuri. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers. Exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest recesses of your heart. Do you have writing expertise too, Yuri? Maybe you share some of your work. You can set an example and help Natsuki feel more comfortable sharing hers. I'm gonna wrap this up here and start a new episode just so I can have like that 20-minute limit that YouTube seems to want. So I'll see you again next time.